There is someone bearing the sign of the letter M, being mentioned in the awakening meant for you. But be at peace, for I have placed your name under my protection, and no one can erase what I have written with love. My beloved child, do not receive this word with panic, nor let your heart run after vague suspicion. For I do not come to sow darkness into your mind. I come to shine light upon what needs to be seen, so you no longer walk among whispers that exhaust you, and so you no longer blame yourself for things you did not do wrong. There have been seasons when you clearly sensed that something was not upright around you. You could not name it, could not point to it, but your heart grew heavy whenever you remembered a person, a story, a look, or a silence that lasted too long. I saw it before you realized it. I stood between you and the things that were hidden, so nothing could touch you beyond the boundary I allowed. That person may have been closer to you than you imagined. They once heard you speak of the dreams you kept within, knew the plans you hoped for, and saw the tender places you only revealed when you believed you were in a safe place. But my child, not everyone who comes near comes with a clean heart, and not every smile carries a true blessing. There are people who hear you speak of the light I placed within you, then quietly compare it to the darkness they have not dared to face. There are people who see you being lifted up and feel their hearts stirred by envy. There are people who stand beside you, yet are not truly glad when they see you entering a new season. I do not say this so you will hate them, but so you may learn discernment. Your heart can be soft without being naive. Your love can be generous without handing the key to hands that do not know how to guard what is precious. In the days when you prayed for peace, there may have been other voices trying to sow disorder behind your back. While you longed for everything to be healed, someone may have secretly nurtured words that caused your name to be misunderstood. While you tried to keep your heart upright, stories may have been bent, intentions distorted, and truths clothed in the garment of lies. But I intervened. I stood before the poisonous seeds before they could grow into a forest of thorns. I stopped hidden footsteps before they could go any farther. I weakened words that seemed sharp. I broke the connection between scheme and outcome, so what they intended could not bear fruit in your life. You thought I was silent, but in truth, I was working in the hidden place where your eyes had not yet seen. Perhaps they wanted a door to close before you, but I am not limited by that door. When people close one path, I can still open many others. Vida, cleaner, higher, and more aligned with what I have prepared. You were once saddened by a missed opportunity, hurt by a changing relationship, and disappointed when trust was answered with coldness. But my beloved child, look back with new eyes. There are things I did not let you keep because they would have slowed your steps. There are people I allowed to leave because they could not walk with you into the next place of light. There are closures that were not losses, but protection hidden beneath the shape of pain. Do not weep too long before the door I closed to protect you from what was not good. I am bringing you into a holy reversal, where the things once used to lower you will no longer have the right to define you. Accusations will lose their echo. Invisible letters written with misunderstanding will be erased in the light of truth. Chains forged from jealousy, manipulation, and rivalry will be broken before me. You do not need to use bitterness to protect yourself. nor do you need to chase every rumor to explain yourself until you are exhausted. There are battles I want you to hand over to me, because if you fight by anger alone, you may win an argument yet lose your peace. I want you to overcome in the way of light, standing firm, remaining pure, and refusing to be dragged down to the low level of what wounded you. What I am releasing for you is not only vindication, but also the blessing appointed again at the right time. Provision is finding its way to you to lighten the burdens you once carried quietly. Healing is touching the places that have long been wounded. Restoration is being placed upon your family, upon relationships that need to be softened again, and upon rooms that were once filled with silence and tension. I am not only protecting you from what is evil, I am leading you into what is better. I am not only removing thorns from the road you walk, I am also sowing fruit again in the place that was once dry. What seemed delayed has not been cancelled. What belongs to you in my purpose is still being kept until the right season. Still, hear me deeply. Do not turn this awakening into a fire of suspicion toward everyone around you. I do not want you to see every person as an opponent. I do not want you to shut your heart tightly because of a few old wounds. Wisdom is not living in fear. Wisdom is knowing how to listen to my peace, recognizing what is clean and what is not, stepping away from places that drain you while still not losing your kindness. If someone has hurt you, you can set boundaries. If someone has betrayed your trust, you can step back. But do not let hurt turn you into someone who carries the burden of resentment. Let me handle what belongs to me, and you keep your heart in the light. My beloved child, your name does not lie in the hands of the jealous. Your honor does not depend on the words of those who do not understand you. Your future is not decided by hidden conversations or the small intentions of human beings. What I have written for you is written with my faithfulness. What I have opened for you cannot be locked by the weak hands of envy. You do not need to bow your head before voices that want you to believe you are unworthy. You do not need to prove your value by fighting for recognition. Walk uprightly. Keep your words clean. Let your actions become a witness. And trust that true light does not need to shout in order to be seen. Now I am covering you with power that is gentle yet steadfast. The things that once tried to cling to you will fall away. The plans that once tried to bind your steps will lose strength. The pits once dug by envy will not swallow you, because I have led you across by my hand. If you must witness the truth being exposed, keep your heart humble. If you see someone who once stood against you revealed, do not rejoice in their injury. Remember that I lift you up not so you may despise anyone, but so you may know that righteousness, peace, and trust in me are never in vain. Therefore, stand firm today. Let your heart become still before me. Receive this word as a lamp that lights the way, not as an arrow to throw at others. I am opening new doors. I am restoring what was shaken. I am bringing you out of confusion and placing you beneath a wider sky. What others intended to use to shame you, I will turn into a lesson that matures you. What once made you cry in silence, I will turn into clear strength. You belong to me. And because you belong to me, your name is safe in my hand. Your portion is kept in my light. And the road ahead of you will not be determined by darkness. I am not only exposing the one who bears the mark of the letter M, I am also bringing my recompense back over your life. What I am doing does not stop with opening your eyes to see who quietly wounded you, who hid impure intentions behind words that seemed familiar, who took advantage of your trust to sow confusion into places that needed peace. Exposure is only the beginning of restoration. If I only showed you what was wrong but did not heal what was wounded, your heart would still be heavy. If I only separated you from the hand that harmed you but did not restore what you lost, that journey would not yet be complete. Therefore, I come to you not only as the one who protects, but also as the father who turns worn-out years into a season of fruitfulness. You lost time in cycles of anxiety, in days spent wondering where you went wrong, in nights when your body lay still while your mind could not stop returning to the things that hurt you. I saw every stretch of that time. Not 1 hour of your silent endurance was overlooked by me. You thought time had passed and could not be recovered. But in my hand, what seemed gone can still be made fruitful. I can shorten roads that seemed they would be long, open doors you thought you had missed, and bring opportunities at such a precise time that you will understand. I never allowed delay to become the thief of your destiny. What you thought was too late, I can make right on time. What you thought was lost, I can bring back in a better form. You lost peace because of words, actions, silences full of hidden meaning, and pressures no one saw. There were times when you stepped into a new day, already weary within, because your mind had not yet rested after a long night of wrestling with questions. But I am multiplying that peace for you, not merely giving you back a little calm like before, but granting you a steadiness deeper than anything you have known. The peace I place within you will not be easily taken by gossip, will not tremble before doubtful eyes, and will not depend on whether others understand you. It is peace anchored in my presence. Peace that knows how to stand in the wind. Peace that knows how to rest even when every answer has not yet appeared before your eyes. You also lost strength, not because you were weak in the way you once blamed yourself, but because you carried too much for too long. There are burdens that do not make you fall immediately, yet quietly drain you day by day. There are battles no one sees outwardly, yet inside you had to try so hard not to break. I know this. I do not look at you with accusing eyes. I look at you with the mercy of a father who understands every step you have walked. And now, I am pouring upon you a fresh breath, a new stream of life, a gentle yet mighty support, so you can rise without having to brace yourself as before. I am not merely patching the cracks, I am making you deeper, brighter, and stronger after all that has passed. My child, this attack was never aimed only at your present moment. It concerns what I placed upon your name, the blessing connected to the path you walk, and the generations that will be touched by your obedience. Courage, and the light I have sown within you. Darkness does not fear a person without purpose. It trembles before one who begins to realize they are called to live in truth, love, freedom, and restoration. That is why it tried to attack your peace first. Because when peace is disturbed, you more easily doubt the promise. When your mind is covered by fear, you more easily forget who you are in my eyes. When your heart is exhausted, you more easily let go of what I am preparing. but I stepped into the middle of that battle. I placed my hand upon your future. I protected the portion that belongs to you from hands that were not permitted to touch it. Do not look at your life only through what natural eyes can see. You may see bills, doors not yet opened, relationships that have cracked, opportunities that seem to pass by, and traces of weariness still resting upon your face. But I see farther than that. I see seeds of life cracking open beneath the ground. I see arrangements quietly drawing near. I see the people I will bring to support you, the places I will open to receive you, and the provision I prepared before you even asked. My messengers are working behind the curtain of things you do not yet understand. There are encounters being moved into place. There are delays being redirected into protection. There are things that seemed like obstacles, but were in truth my hand keeping you from a path unworthy of what I ordained. So do not call delay denial. Do not quickly conclude that I have not heard simply because the answer has not arrived according to the schedule you desired. My timing is not controlled by panic, nor forced by the noise of life. I move according to perfect wisdom, deep mercy, and a purpose greater than what you can see in one short season. What I am about to release into your life will not only make you rejoice because you have been answered, but will also cause you to understand again everything you have passed through. You will look back and see that the silent tears were not meaningless. The days of being overlooked were not useless. The times when you had to stand alone were not proof that you had been forgotten, but places where I quietly forged within you a holy endurance and a trust that is not easily shaken. Every lonely night of yours has been seen by me. The moments when you stayed awake, not because you wanted to think too much, but because your heart had not found a place to lay itself down, have all been held in my hand. I know the times you whispered and no one heard, the times you quickly wiped tears away so no one would ask, the days when you did everything as usual, while inwardly feeling as though you were walking through a long valley. I do not take these things lightly. I do not tell you to forget them in order to prove you are strong. I am entering those very memories to draw the sting of pain out of them. So what once caused you to ache will no longer have the right to control the way you see your future. I do not ignore your pain. I have gathered every fragment of it as something precious because I know it will become material for a deeper purpose. In human hands, pain may be only a wound. In my hands, it can become anointing oil for compassion, a light for others to find the way, a testimony that allows those in despair to know they too can be restored. I will not let what you endured be wasted. I am turning the places that were attacked into places where you stand firm. I am turning what once made you ashamed into evidence of mercy. I am turning what once made you lose direction into a clearer calling concerning the person I am building within you. Now lift your head, not with pride, but with trust. I saw the signature of injury, but I have also placed the seal of restoration upon your life. I exposed what needed to be brought into the light, but I am also placing good things in your hands in return. You will not walk out of this season empty-handed. You will walk out with deeper wisdom, greater peace, renewed strength, and a freedom that the one who harmed you cannot touch. Rest in what I am doing. My beloved child, my recompense does not only repair the past, it also opens the way for the future. And when the fullness of time arrives, You will understand that I not only rescued you from what opposed you, but also used that very place as a launching ground to bring you into the blessing I prepared long ago. Do not be afraid when the name is revealed, because you will not have to step into this battle alone. My beloved child, what is being uncovered is not meant to make you tremble, nor to pull you back into the land of anxiety, but to help you understand that I had gone before you long ago. Before you recognized that scheme, I saw it. Before you heard the words spoken behind your back, I heard them. Before you felt your heart weighed down by betrayal, I stood at the door and placed my power between you and what wanted to harm you. You do not need to take up the sword of anger, nor do you need to use bitter words to defend yourself. I am the one who protects you. I am your father. I know how to defend you without causing you to lose your peace. I know how to bring truth into the light without letting you be burned by the fire of injury. The person who tried to erase your name, dim you, and pull you away from the position I ordained was, in truth, only causing your story to be illuminated more clearly. They thought their opposition could make you smaller, but I am using that very pressure to reveal the strength I placed within you. They thought that if they closed one door, you would remain forever on the porch of disappointment. But I have prepared other doors that are wider, cleaner, and more aligned with your purpose. The more they try to hinder you, the deeper I make your roots in grace. The more they sow unclean words, the more I cover you with enduring blessings. The more they want you to be forgotten, the more I write your name into a new chapter with a light no hand can erase. You have wondered why some seasons were so heavy, why you had to endure in silence, why you still chose forgiveness while the wound had not yet closed. I saw it all, my child. I saw the times when you wanted to answer back but chose silence to keep your heart pure. I saw the times when you were misunderstood yet refused to become cruel. I saw you pray for those who mocked your pain, even while your own heart needed support. I saw you wipe your tears and continue walking, not because you did not hurt, but because you still believed I could turn what was broken into something good. Not one moment of your endurance has been missed before me. Not one tear has fallen without being remembered by me in mercy. That is why the reward I have for you will not be as small as you once imagined. It will go beyond the limits that pain built within your imagination. You hope to survive this season, but I want you restored. You asked only for a little peace, but I want to pour abundant rest upon you. You hoped only for one door to open, but I am preparing a new way where you will no longer have to push through fear just to be accepted. Your healing will not only be temporary relief, it will be a sign that my hand can still touch the places that seemed too long unchanged. The things that once made you weary, the heaviness that once clung to you, the painful areas that once caused you to lose hope, I am bringing them into my process of restoration. And hear this also, the streams of provision that were once blocked will not remain blocked forever. There are flows I held back, not because I wanted you to lack, but because I was protecting you from unclean channels, from help that carried conditions, from false blessings that could have bound you to the hand of someone who was not sincerely for you. But when my appointed time comes, what was held back will be released in ways you did not expect. It may come through a door you never thought of, an unexpected invitation, a new opportunity, a clean connection. or a change that causes you to recognize, I have not fallen asleep over your prayer. I will provide for you in a way that makes those who once doubted you fall silent. Not so you may become proud, but so all may know that my faithfulness still covers you. I will lift you up before poisonous words, but I will not lift you up so you may take revenge. I will lift you up so you may be free from the need to prove yourself to those who do not know how to see with love. I will place favor around you like a bright garment, so that the things that once tried to pierce you will no longer be able to touch the place of peace I have built within your heart. No weapon forged from envy, no word shot from darkness, no scheme hidden behind a false smile can pass through my protection when you are in my hand. You no longer need to live on the defensive. You no longer need to wake each day feeling that you must guard yourself from everyone. I am teaching you to live awake but unafraid, wise but not bitter, soft but not easily swallowed by deceit. My angels have been assigned to guard where you dwell. They stand at the door. They keep the entrance. They surround the spaces you thought were ordinary, but in truth needed to be covered with peace. Your home is not a place where darkness has the right to dwell. Your roof is not a place where fear is permitted to set up a throne. I am there with you in the quiet rooms. In the evenings, when you close the door and sigh. In the mornings, when you open your eyes with fragile hope. I am making the atmosphere around you lighter. I am pushing back the things that make you uneasy. I am placing calm where pressure once filled the air. Let your home become a place where you are restored. Not a place where you continue carrying the wounds of the world inside and collapse in loneliness. The financial miracle I am preparing is not only to change the number in your hand, it will change the way you see me. It will teach you that I am not only the one who hears prayers in holy places, but also the one who cares about meals, bills, work, responsibilities, and the very real burdens you have carried in silence. The anxieties that once kept you awake will become testimony of how I opened the way. The months when you calculated through tears will become memories, reminding you that my provision does not run dry. When I give you clean abundance, you will not worship because you have more, but because you have understood more deeply that you were never abandoned in the season of lack. The healing I am releasing does not stop with your body, it touches the flow of your family. The wounds passed from one generation to another. The fears called by different names, yet rooted in the same soil. And the painful habits that have moved through many lives without anyone knowing how to break them. I am stepping into old stories, old memories, old words, and burdens you did not begin, but unknowingly carried. I do not only want you healed, I want your family to see revival. I want those after you to not inherit the same darkness. I want the place that was once cold to be replaced with tenderness, the place that was divided to be joined again by mercy, and the place of heavy silence to be opened by forgiveness and understanding. Your home will be called a house of restoration, not because there have never been tears there, but because I have come and wiped the tears away, not because nothing has ever been broken there, but because I am causing what was broken to be joined again by grace. Not because everyone in the home is perfect, but because my presence is teaching each heart to return, to humble itself, and to love again after dry seasons. What is empty is being filled. What is cracked is being joined. What was once covered by disappointment is being opened to hope. You will see peace return to the places that were tense. You will see light enter the places that were dim. You will see my hand working in things you thought were too late. So, my child, do not tremble before what is being revealed. Truth does not come to destroy you, it comes to set you free. Do not grieve the people I have allowed to leave, because some departures are a fence of protection. Do not fear the words they spoke, because my word over you is greater than every poisonous word. Do not measure your future by the season of opposition, because that season is only the road I use to prepare you for being lifted up. Stand still in peace. Keep your heart clean. Let me fight in my way, in my timing, by my righteousness. You are not abandoned. You are not defeated. You are being protected, prepared, healed, and led into a new chapter where blessing does not merely knock on the door, but enters your home as a sign that I heard, I saw, and I fulfilled what I promised.